Hurricane season is like a ticking time bomb waiting to unleash its fury, and the clock is ticking. In the face of nature's raw power, we are reminded of our fragility. Every year, from June to November, the skies darken, the winds gather strength, and the seas rise, heralding the arrival of the unrelenting hurricane season. Regions like the Gulf Coast, eastern seaboard, and the Caribbean islands brace themselves for the onslaught. Yet the fury of these storms often leaves a trail of devastation that is both heartbreaking and humbling. The problem is not the hurricane season per se, but our lack of preparedness for it. These storms, with their devastating winds, torrential rains, and disruptive floods, have the potential to uproot lives, quite literally. Yet each year, countless people find themselves caught off guard, their lives upended by the fury of the storm. We often underestimate the power of these storms until we find ourselves in their path. The winds, strong enough to uproot trees and tear roofs off houses, are just the start. The rains, relentless and unyielding, can lead to catastrophic flooding. The aftermath, disrupted electricity and water supplies, impassable roads, and a breakdown of communication networks. But it's not just the physical destruction that's concerning. The emotional toll of losing one's home, or worse, a loved one, is immeasurable. The fear, the uncertainty, the helplessness, these are feelings no one should have to experience. The key to weathering these storms, quite literally, is preparation. Preparing for the hurricane season is not a task to be taken lightly or left to the last minute. It's an ongoing process that requires foresight, planning, and action. From understanding the risks and making a plan, to fortifying homes and stockpiling supplies, every step matters. The hurricane season is a force that commands respect and demands preparation. And while we cannot control the fury of these storms, we can control how well we prepare for them. The clock is ticking, but it's not too late to start preparing. The storm is coming, but so is our resilience. Remember, the hurricane season is not just about survival, it's about resilience, about bouncing back stronger and more prepared. So, let's equip ourselves with the knowledge, the tools, and the mindset to face the storm head on. After all, the best defense against a storm is a good offense. Location and timing are key when we talk about hurricanes. It's no secret that certain regions bear the brunt of these powerful storms more than others. Florida, Texas, Louisiana, and the Carolinas, these are the areas that often find themselves in the destructive path of hurricanes. Each of these states hold their own unique blend of vulnerability and resilience, but they all share one commonality: they are prime targets for hurricane activity. Florida, often referred to as the hurricane capital, is a peninsula surrounded by warm waters, making it a magnet for these storms. Texas and Louisiana, with their extensive coastlines along the Gulf of Mexico, are also high-risk areas. The low-lying coastal plains of these states make them particularly susceptible to storm surges. Lastly, the Carolinas, with their extensive shoreline and coastal communities, are often on the receiving end of hurricanes that have gathered strength over the Atlantic. Now let's talk timing. Hurricane season officially runs from June to November. But it's crucial to understand that not all months within this window are created equal. The majority of hurricanes occur from August to September. This is when the ocean's surface is at its warmest, providing the perfect fuel for these storms. The peak day, statistically speaking, is September 20th. However, hurricanes can and do occur outside of these peak months, so it's essential to stay prepared throughout the entire season. Understanding these geographical and temporal patterns can significantly enhance your readiness by knowing which areas are most at risk. And when hurricanes are most likely to occur, you can plan, prepare, and protect yourself and your loved ones more effectively. Remember, knowledge is power, and in this case, it could be the power that keeps you safe. Knowing when and where hurricanes strike is the first step in your preparation. So with this knowledge in hand, let's dive into the next stage of our journey, strategizing our bug-in and bug-out plans. Stay tuned. To stay or to leave? That is the question. This is a dilemma faced by many when a hurricane is on the horizon. The decision to bug in or bug out may be one of the most critical choices you'll make during hurricane season. Let's begin with the bug-in plan, which is essentially deciding to shelter in place. This option is viable if your home is sturdy and well fortified, and the hurricane's intensity is not predicted to be catastrophic. It's essential to have a safe room in your home, preferably an interior room with no windows, where you can hunker down during the storm. Make sure you have enough supplies to sustain your family for at least a week, including water, non-perishable food, medical supplies, and a battery-operated radio to stay updated on the storm's progress. Now, what about the bug-out plan? This involves evacuating to a safer location, and it's a decision that should not be taken lightly. If local authorities recommend or order an evacuation, heed their advice. The key to a successful bug-out is to plan ahead. Know your evacuation routes and have a predetermined destination, such as a friend's house, a hotel, or a designated shelter. Keep a bug-out bag ready with essential items like clothing, important documents, medication, and basic supplies. Remember, timing is crucial. Evacuating early could mean avoiding traffic congestion and ensuring your safety. The decision between bugging in or bugging out often comes down to the severity of the hurricane, the robustness of your home, and the advice of local authorities. The uncertainty of hurricanes means that having both plans ready is not just advisable, it's essential. Preparation is the key to navigating through hurricane season successfully. It's not just about survival, but about maintaining a sense of control in the face of Mother Nature's unpredictability. Each plan requires forethought, supplies, and a clear understanding of the risks involved. Whether you stay or go, being prepared will make all the difference. So, prepare wisely, stay informed, and remember, your safety is the ultimate priority. Your home is your fortress, and it's time to strengthen the fortifications. In the face of a hurricane, the sturdiest of structures can crumble, but there are steps you can take to fortify your home and increase its chances of withstanding the storm. First, let's talk about windows. They're one of the most vulnerable parts of your home. Boarding up windows is a crucial step in home fortification. Plywood works, but if you can afford it, consider installing hurricane shutters. They provide a robust barrier against flying debris, which, driven by hurricane winds, can shatter unprotected windows. Next, let's move on to the roof, your home's first line of defense against pounding rain and violent winds. Ensure your roof is secured to the walls of your house with hurricane straps. These metal straps can prevent your roof from being torn away by high winds. Also, consider a roof inspection before hurricane season to repair any potential weak points. The base of your home is just as critical. Flood-proofing your basement or low-lying areas can save you from costly water damage. Consider installing a sump pump to remove excess water and apply a waterproof coating to your basement walls. If you live in a flood-prone area, sandbags can be used to create barriers and divert water away from your home. Now don't forget about your outdoor area. Secure or store away anything that could turn into a projectile during a hurricane. Patio furniture, garden tools, even children's toys. These items can cause significant damage if picked up by hurricane winds. And lastly, reinforce your doors, especially the garage door, which is often the most vulnerable. Reinforcing kits are available, which can help your doors withstand the powerful winds. Remember, the goal here is not to make your home entirely hurricane-proof. That's nearly impossible. The goal is to make it hurricane-resistant, to minimize damage and keep you and your family safe. Fortifying your home can mean the difference between devastation and survival. So take these steps, reinforce your fortress, and give your home the best chance of weathering the storm. When the storm hits, the last place you want to be is in a grocery store line. The importance of gathering supplies well in advance cannot be overstated. It's a crucial step in readying ourselves for the onslaught of a hurricane. Let's start with water. It's the essence of life. Each person needs at least 1 gallon of water per day for hydration and hygiene. So for a family of 4 planning for 2 weeks, that's a minimum of 56 gallons. That's a lot of water, so start stashing away now. Next up is food. Non-perishable is your best bet. Think canned goods, dried fruits, nuts, and granola bars. Don't forget a manual can opener. Also, aim for foods that don't require cooking or refrigeration. Remember, power outages are common during hurricanes. Medical supplies are another crucial stockpile. Prescription medications, first aid kits, antiseptic wipes, bandages, and pain relievers should be on your list if you or a family member requires specific medical equipment or supplies. Ensure you have a sufficient amount on hand. But it's not just about food, water, and medical supplies. You'll need other essentials like flashlights, extra batteries, portable phone chargers, and a battery-operated or hand-crank radio. Don't forget sanitation items like garbage bags, moist towelettes, and toilet paper. And let's not forget our furry friends. If you have pets, stock up on pet food and extra water for them too. Planning your supply stockpile can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Start small, pick up a few extra items each time you shop, and before you know it, you'll have a well-stocked supply ready to see you through the storm. And remember, the most important thing is to start now. Don't wait until a hurricane is on the horizon. The peace of mind you'll have knowing you're prepared is priceless. Stock up today so you won't be left empty-handed tomorrow. Because when the storm hits, you want to be safe at home, not scrambling for supplies. In times of crisis, community is our greatest asset. As we prepare for the unpredictable wrath of hurricane season, it's vital to remember that we're not alone in this. Our neighbors, our friends, and even strangers in our community may need our help to weather the storm. Consider the single-parent families in our midst. They could use an extra hand in boarding up windows or gathering supplies. Our senior neighbors who might struggle with physical preparations would surely appreciate assistance. And let's not forget the disabled members of our community who might face unique challenges in preparing for a hurricane. Maybe it's offering to pick up extra supplies when you're already at the store, helping to fortify homes, or simply checking in on those who might need it. Small acts of kindness can make a significant difference. As we prepare, let's not forget to extend a hand to those who might need it most. Hurricanes are powerful, but so are we when we're prepared. We've taken a deep dive into the world of hurricane preparation in this video, highlighting the critical regions at risk and the peak times for these destructive storms. We've discussed the necessity of having both bug-in and bug-out plans in place, as well as the importance of fortifying your home to withstand hurricane forces. We've also emphasized the value of maintaining a well-stocked supply of essentials and the need to help others in our community who might be vulnerable. It's evident that being prepared is not just about securing our safety, but also about ensuring the well-being of those around us. Hurricane season can be daunting, but with the right preparation we can significantly reduce its impact, so don't wait for the storm to hit. Start preparing today and stay safe this hurricane season. If you found this guide useful, please like, subscribe, and share. Have tips or questions about hurricane prep? Drop a comment below.